At a time when what divides us keeps taking center stage, when our common thread feels frayed and worn, it seems that basic kindness, love, and compassion are more elusive than ever. But right now, thousands of children in the United States and in South Africa are learning a better lesson. That love can truly be a force that elevates us and unites us, person to person and country to country. In the 30 years since the end of apartheid, South African townships continue to be centers of poverty and despair. With no local economy to bring hope and change, the townships have been gutted by the HIV/AIDS epidemic, massive unemployment, and alcoholism. And it's the children who suffer the most. There are an estimated 3 million children orphaned, neglected, or abandoned because of HIV/AIDS or alcoholism. The government has responded by housing as many of these vulnerable children as possible in small foster homes where they have a roof over their heads and someone to watch over them, but little else. Some are 10 years old and haven't set foot in a school. Many have suffered physical and emotional abuse. All have been born with every disadvantage. The Love Quilt Project's mission is to change this through a unique program that combines a tangible gift of love and encouragement today with the pledge of an education that will transform their lives in the future. But we can't continue to do either without your help.
Everybody knows the only way we can change things is by education. These are our kids. We don't want them to be jobless at the end when they leave us. We want to have children that will be able to compete in the workplace after they've finished school. I think we need resources more than anything else because we started this education thing and you can't just stop. South Africa is going through a particularly difficult time now. So we're struggling. That's why I can't sleep sometimes, because we've made a promise to the children.
The Love Quilt Project has already changed the lives of hundreds of these orphaned and abandoned children, starting here in classrooms across the United States. As part of a lesson about the power of love and compassion, American children draw messages of support and encouragement on fabric squares. Volunteers sew the squares into quilts, and the quilts are delivered to the children in South African townships where the need is greatest, along with a donation for school tuition, tutoring, books, and uniforms. The educational component is critical to the long-term welfare of these children and is what will lift them out of poverty as adults. While the quilts and the love they represent provide them with a meaningful emotional support tool today, proof the world has not forgotten them.
Charities like the Love Quilt can make a great, huge impact to these kids who may not have known such love before. The project comes here and gives these kids these quilts, and you know, when you don't have anything or anyone, any kind of gift goes a long way, and it means so much.
These children normally come in with the clothes on their back, and we've just done memory boxes, and a lot of the children don't have anything to put in the memory boxes. So this is going to be so special because each of these children is going to receive a quilt that belongs to them. It's not something that then is going to be handed down to my brother or sister. It's not something that was handed down to me, you know, donated. This is something that's been created with love for each child.
So what's your favorite part of the quilt?
This one.
Why?
These words are touching me inside.
I think that's going to fit in with what we're trying to teach them, that they are valuable members of society, that they are each special, and that they deserve to have their own things.
My mom wasn't taking a lot of care of us
He was alcoholic, he was always drinking. So the police came, then they bring us here. Oh, they gave us the quilt. At first time, I didn't understand why. But as the time went by, when I look at it, it inspires me every day. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. I'm studying physical science, life science, geography, pure maths, English, and Afrikaans.
Sometimes we take for granted knowing how much love we have around us. And when you have a child who has literally nobody, I've held children in my arms who've the day before buried their brother. I've had children in my arms who've held their baby sibling who died in their arms. And now somebody's holding them in their arms, and literally for me, a love quilt, wrapping them with that warmth and telling them that somebody cares about them with all this crazy going on in the world. It's pretty powerful stuff. How can you help? The Love Quilt Project needs you to make a generous donation that will allow us to cover school fees for each child that receives a quilt. You can help us to continue to not only wrap the child with the warmth of a quilt, but also surround them with messages of love and hope from other children. You can help us continue to teach school children about tolerance and compassion and how the healing powers of love can change the world. We ask, the same as we teach the children, work for the common good. Be the change you wish to see in the world.